Alright. Let me say hi to everyone in the chat. Sorry, I was just stuffing my face with food. I had barely anything to eat today. I tried to get all of this new update stuff done yesterday. But, yeah. Well, Brent Batch and I still had a couple of things to tweak. And I'm just going to do a bit of final testing to see if we can push it to the Modpack finally. But last night, a tornado was in my area, and I lost power for like... it was probably like 7 hours. It's a long time to go without internet. Anyway, hello to CR055, Sam I Am, White Run Steward, Reggie Sharp, Taj Glover, or is it Taj? Lego Freak, Sonic Fan, GBG, Nelson D, Fitzboss Geesh. Geesh was actually a really cool game. Hello, the Mechanic 18. When do you plan on explaining how to use the new parts more? That's a good question. Oh man, I still have some delicious food in my throat. I was eating chips and dip. The breakfast of champions. Anyway, answering the question. The explanation videos for how to make, or how to like use these new parts, they're going to be going on my second channel, Scrap Mechanic Mods. There should be a link in the description for that channel. I already put the first video up explaining the counter block and the number blocks, but that was like a couple of weeks ago. And I don't know, maybe I'll work on that. The next video is the function block, or the math block as some people call it. And that video I'll probably work on Sunday night or Monday night. It really depends on what I'm doing for the Modpack updates. Ahem. Yes. Hello, Magical Pugtato. Oh my god, that's your channel? Yeah, I have other channels besides this one. Really, I want to stop making mods and focus more on this channel a little bit. No shrooms is the best breakfast. Depends on what kind of shrooms you're talking about. Alright. Let's get this show on the road. Let's get that starting soon out of the way, too. Almost forgot about that. So, for those who have guessed, this is a smart engine. Let's go, where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Oh! Some other, neat... Well, what am I saying? Some other neat things? Just one other neat thing. We did some, like, tweaks here and there for some of the other parts, and you'll get those updates as soon as I push all these other updates. But the WASD thruster is getting a new model, and it looks like this. I might still need to work on this a little bit because rotating this is kind of a pain in the butt. There we go. But it actually has a display now, so you can see what mode it's in. Neat. Durf, you sound really tired. How are you? Oh, I'm always really tired, man. But yeah, the storm yesterday, it tore through my area, and I'm not even sure if the admin of my Discord has a house to sleep in anymore. It's the first time a tornado's been in my area for like centuries. Right. That was one of the updates that we were just tweaking this morning. Okay, I don't know why I expected something to happen. Just like any other engine that you put down, it's usually set to off. So we don't have like a menu when we press E on this. Not yet, anyway. But we will soon. So for now, we have to resort to using numbers. So let's put down a couple of numbers. A few, actually. Let's space them out a little bit. And I'm gonna put a display for each of these, just so that we can see what we're feeding into this thing. You don't actually have to use all of these, but I'm going to. You know what? I'm gonna need a button. Trust me, this is not... It's not actually as complicated as I'm making it seem. Well, you know what? No, we'll leave that connected. That's fine. Okay, so we're gonna use a white number, a black number, and any other color. Doesn't really matter what color this is. Alright, so we connect a white number, and... Oh, I forgot to actually paint the display so that they show the correct digit. There we go. So the white number will define the engine's speed. This thing does have like a few default values. This thing actually, the description, the description says it all. Oh my god, I'm so distracted. You know what? I made coffee for myself specifically for this stream. Let me sip it a little bit. I got myself a big boy sized sippy cup. It's like the size of 4 mugs, but has like a sippy cup thing on top. Anyway, the defaults. The first default actually is wrong. Where it says at the bottom 90 degrees per second or 0.25 RPM. That's actually wrong. It's actually 0. I gotta change that description. Alright, so that's one thing that I need to make note of. Okay. So the default speed of this thing is actually 0. You have to set it yourself using a white number. 10,000 power is... It seems like a lot. Durf, give us some of that ASMR. I don't know how that was, if it was like too close to my mic or anything. I used to, but when I first made videos with a microphone, I spoke way too close to my microphone and way too quietly too. It was a little cringy. Anyway, so 10,000 power might seem like a lot, but it's actually not. It's comparable to like an electric engine at full power. Which, you know, if you've made a custom engine before, you'll know that power and speed are two different things. So like we can go at a very slow speed and have the power to like push anything, or go at a very fast speed but not have the power to push a very lightweight creation. And the final number, which is this any number over here, the default for that is no target angle or length. We'll get into that a little bit because that's how we use that's how it's like a controller or controlling pistons. But without this, if you just use black and white, it's just like an engine. So this thing does have default values, like I've been saying. So right now this is with 10,000 power and whatever speed we're setting at, which is 128. And I think this is in degrees per second. We can actually measure this too. If we take out this fancy device, set it to rotation mode, and we'll make a little display for us right here. I don't need that many. And a couple of decimal places. You know what? I'm gonna paint that section black just to keep in mind. Like you know what? No. You know what? No. I'll just build it properly with a gap in between. There should be a decimal right here. A dot. Alright, so this is going to measure the rotation in degrees per second, and that says 127.99, and we're inputting 128. So the extra 0.0000, however many zeros, 1, that's just being lost to the actual weight of the metal that we put on there. Yeah, we're losing like a fraction of speed just because, you know, we don't have infinite power going into this thing. Yeah, we can crank up the speed here. And again, this is in degrees per second, so 360 degrees per second is 1 RPM. For people that, you know what RPM... It's just... Wait, is it... No, it's 1 rotation per second. So that would be 1/60th RPM. We need a lot more numbers. Here we go. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna paint... There we go. Now we're going up by 10s. And that thing is just rotating faster and faster. That's how we can set a custom speed. So this is useful because like you can, well, we'll probably do some examples later on, but you can set the speed of your engine dynamically, like from your seat, just with a couple of buttons. Or say you have like some preset values in your logic and you just want to switch gears. You can do it that way from your seat without having to leave your seat. Or maybe you want to make like an AI creation, maybe depending on your position in the world, because like you can use these meters to measure your position, your altitude, whatever. So you can use yeah, you can use those, anything really, any of the number logic stuff to influence your speed value. You can do that. So like you can, you know, multiply your position X or position Y with some base number value, and then just feed that into the controller as a white number, and that'll set the speed. All right, moving on. Let's reset this back to 0. Now we're gonna feed in a black number. This is we're gonna start with 0. So if we start cranking up the speed, you'll notice this is not turning at all, and that's just because we have 0 power going into this thing. So if we increase a little bit of power, 4 power, we just keep on cranking up the speed. It takes a while for this thing to accelerate up, and that's just because we have very, very little power compared to whatever the default was. And a negative power value? Does it go into reverse? No. I don't know why I thought it would. But yeah, this is how you can sort of like mimic. You can mimic the. What am I trying to say? You know, there's the gas engine and the electric engine, right? So the gas engine has like a little bit of a looser bearing. People like to use the gas engine for engine suspensions. Like when they build a car, they use an engine on a bearing instead of actual suspensions, and that sort of has like a different effect. Well, you know, we'll probably build some of that later. But the electric engine is like very powerful It has a lot of torque behind it. So that's like this thing. When you feed it a lot of power, lots of power, it will respond like immediately to what you set the number to. Let's do something a little bit more instantaneous, I think. Let's disconnect this. We're gonna make a new white number down here. And I'm just gonna use a dark green colored switch. That is, what is it? This is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2000, 4000, 8000, 16,000. This is 32,000. Okay. This is crazy powerful that we're going to be setting it. Or that's a crazy fast speed, I mean. Not, you know what? That's way too fast, actually. Let's just go with the dark, whoops, the dark blue. Okay, so let's set this back down to 2 power. And you can see, even though we have a really fast speed to it, it took a while for it to start up. And for it to slow down. But if we increase the power, it's instantaneous, like an electric engine. So this is another way that you can just fine-tune your usage of bearings. And you can do this also on the fly, like from a seat or anything like that. Speaking of seat, I have this with me. So let's actually hook up the seats to it. And we'll put in some, we'll put in some values here. So sort of a low power and a decent speed. Pressing forward, you go forward. Pressing reverse, you go in reverse. So you can use it just like a regular, just like any other engine. If you wanna, you know, if there's nothing hooked up into it, just like a regular engine, if you don't hook up a seat or a switch, it'll just like start going off on its own. So you can also use a switch as an on-off switch, or you know, logic, timer, sensor, button. They work just like the regular engines. All right. So this final number here, this final number input, let's get, there we go. And this will define the angle. If you don't need the white or the black. Well, you kind of do need the white because it is defining speed, and the default is 0, so you actually want it to move. You want to set a speed. Power you don't actually need, so we'll go without power for now. This number will define the angle, and this is how we use it like a controller. So we're gonna do pretend this white, the white block in this white area is like the 0 line, 0 degrees. If we pump this up a little bit, you can see we're setting the angle right now. All the way around, 360. We can keep on going, actually. But let's do something a little bit different, I think. We're gonna define our own angles here. We'll do one that's 32. And another one that's 64. Alright, so we'll just hook that up into there. So, 32. You know what? I should probably... let's put on a... I can't see how I'm placing this down. Let's put on a compass. and get the readout of the compass. This will actually tell us the angle relative to the world. Oh, thank you, Vilho the Villain, for the $2 super chat. Thank you, Durf, for making all these wonderful mods. Hey, it is totally an effort by the entire Modpack team. I'm just the guy that's cracking the whip, mostly. Alright, so... yeah. Alright, so we press 32, and then we can see we went negative 32 degrees. If we press the 64, we go to negative 63.999 probably. And together we can add the angles together for 96. So with this you can actually program like your sequences. Maybe you want to you know what? We'll get into some examples later. I'm getting too excited, trying to get ahead of myself. But you know, just as an example, you could probably put a memory panel down and then switch through the slots in the memory panel to pull out different values. And that way you can have just like a controller sequence, except the memory panel has like infinite slots. So you can have, it's like a controller with infinite capability. Or you can also just set the angle dynamically, like I was suggesting earlier with setting the speed dynamically. Like you can just press buttons, use sensors, use your position in the world, use anything really to set your angle. You can you can use your rotation to set angle. Alright, and I think that just about covers the basics of how to use this for bearings. Let's show you how you can use this for piston. I'll disconnect that for now. Okay. Hey, thank you, LJ Twiggy, for the $19.99 $20 super chat. It says, hey, Durf. Hey, LJ Twiggy. Chief Game Volt. Hello, Durf. I love you channel, and you packs when I had Scrap Mechanic, but my account is deleted. Oh, that's unfortunate. Con Gaming, thank you for the $20 super chat. Oh, it's Canadian dollars. I'm just Josh and your Krobin. Stop updating the mod faster than we can make videos, but seriously, great job by you and the entire Modpack team. Yeah, it's I wanted to work on this yesterday, but I don't know if you know, Con, about the tornado last night. I lost like 7 hours of internet, so it would have been maybe released today if we could have gotten it done, but well, maybe after the stream it'll be out for people to play with. But yeah, it's not that I want to, or it's, you know, I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. I want to rush to get all of this stuff done, and I'm sorry for that. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. There's just so much on our to-do list, it's ridiculous. Like, we gotta power through it. Anywho, pistons. So, as we saw before with the white, black, and any color, here's the item description again, which sort of explains it all. White will define the speed, even for the pistons. So this will, instead of like degrees per second, it'll be blocks per second, just like a normal piston speed. Power will be how powerful the piston is. So you can actually make even the vanilla piston. You can, you know what? Let's pull out the mod piston, because that has a much longer length. A much longer length. So yeah, we can set the speed, the power, like how much it can lift. And the any color is the target length that it wants to be at. So you can actually use these pistons as suspensions as well, if you just set them to a target length, because then the piston will try its best to stay at that length. And that works for compressing or extending in both directions. Alright, so let's set a speed. Let's just reset this to 0, all of it reset to 0. Alright, we're gonna put in... Oh, another interesting part about this is you can actually hook up the seat to the engine to control the pistons. So, well, it would help if I... there is the default value of 10,000 power, but right now we have 0 speed, so let's go... Ooh, oh, this is too much. 12 blocks per second? I think that's... What's going on? What's going on? Please don't tell me I found a bug. Oh, it's because I didn't set a target length. Duh. Okay. I'm stupid sometimes. Alright, so we'll set a target length of 15. That'll be the vanilla piston. And our speed will be 12. And our power is default because we're not feeding in any power. And there you go. Just pressing W on the seat, and we can lift it up. Without a seat, it'll just be like just like the vanilla engines. It'll activate without any sort of input. So, or you can activate it with a switch or logic, anything that you really want. So you do want to be a little bit careful when you're using these inputs. Because like too fast, you might mess things up a little bit. Let's try and push this to the limit. This is 126 blocks. The modded piston's freaking out a little bit. Not the vanilla one, and it might have something to do with the vanilla being at its maximum length already. So let's crank this one up. The modded piston goes up to 255. Durf, can you please make that shitty Chinese legend mod obsolete with some new part? Jeez. Why is Brent not mod? Shake my... Oh, it's because I forget. Also, it's because he's not untrustworthy. I'm just joking. I added them both as moderators. Lord Payne and Brent Batch. Edging out in hopes of Durf in Shattered Planets tonight. Love the series. Dalminius? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I don't think we're gonna be doing D&D tonight. I think we're taking a little bit of a break from that. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure why. I'm just teasing you, Brent Batch. Just teasing. All right. Oh yeah, we cranked this up. Are we? We're well past the final length of this piston, and it's too slow. It's too slow. We need to crank this up faster. We want it to be up there in less than a second. All right, that's fast enough. Whoa. Where's my block? Where's my block? I don't know what happened there. It went through the ground. It might be because I said it too fast. You know what? I'm gonna try. Is it coming down? Oh, it did the same thing again. You want to be a little bit careful with this. Although it's probably just because I used a single block on this. So let's put little bit of a platform here. Alright, now let's push the button and see what happens. That was weird. Durf, I need to watch one of your D&D sessions. Well, lucky for you, I never upload them. Gotta watch them live on my Twitch channel. Or, I think I set it too fast, or too powerful. If I set a custom power... Let's set a power... A power of 0 is not gonna do any... It's not gonna do anything? Apparently it does something. Apparently this speed is enough to overpower 0 power. It's trying to do something, but it doesn't have the power to keep it going. Alright, so let's give it a little bit of power. Yeah, and there you go, you can see it's doing its job. Okay, so what happens then if we... put some heavy weights on this? How much power are we gonna need? That is not enough. Let's just crank it up. And there you go. We have enough power now. At least for that amount of weight. Okay, so I think that actually just covers the basics of how we're how to use these parts. Durf, what is that song? I'm trying to get it for you. Alright, I'm putting the song title in the chat. Hey, thanks for the sub, DJ Gamer. Kukos, give me that shit. You know, I'm gonna test it. I'm just putting it through some final testing right now because we put some tweaks on it this morning, so I just want to make sure that it's actually all working as it should. I want to run through a couple of examples to make sure it's not broken in any places. And I also have to fix the item description there, because the default value is not 90 degrees per second anymore. But then, and then that's it. And that's it. And then you also get the new model for the WSD thruster. So most likely after the stream, I'll update the mod pack. Unless I discover something else that needs fixing. Hello, TDS_N. Yeah, Brent Batch, I already mentioned that. You can store, well, let's build some examples right now then. With the memory panel, you can create a sequence just like the controller. Any number of angles. Let's pull out one of these. We're gonna need it. You know what? First I'm just gonna build a car. Some simple examples. Okay, so for this car, I'm going to use pistons as suspensions. We need some pipage and some wheels. Maybe some big wheels. Durf, the mod pack needs a gyroscope. Unless I haven't seen one yet. I'm not sure what you mean by gyroscope, but you should be able to use a few of these. In rotation mode, I think. Rotation measures degrees per second, so you could use... if you had one like this, for example, with altitude, and then another one underneath, also with altitude. Oh, I missed it. Wait a second. I'm not holding control. Dang it. It's because I'm forced into crouching. Alright, anyway, if you have 2 altitude meters like this, and you paint one of them... You paint one of them white and one of them black, you'll be able to tell which... if your creation's upside down or not. So this one should be white. This one should be black. And then you just hook it up here and here. And then you'll tell if... So this is off right now because it's right side up, but if it was upside down, it will turn on. Can I even flip this? There we go. And it's on. So that's a simple way. I don't know if that's what you meant by a gyroscope. Ridiculous as in Durf and the guys have outdone themselves. They made number logic so powerful. Yeah, that's the goal that we sort of, well, I don't know. We like to make things like as modular as possible in the mod packs. So we're just making things that have like a sort of very basic usage behind it. Like the number stuff and math stuff. They just do one thing, and then how you put those together is up to you. So we try to design our parts to give you guys as many options as possible with how you're going to put them together. There's a lot that actually went into the design process of these parts that you guys really wouldn't normally see. It's a lot. It's not like it's a, you know, making mods is work, but that's not as much work as making good mods, I guess, is what I was trying to say. I don't know. Just sounds weird now that I said it out loud. Let's not talk about that anymore. Okay. So I'm using pistons as suspensions. I want to use a block. Because I also need my steering. I forgot to do anything about that, so I'm just going to stick a bearing. Do I want steering in the back? Yes, I do. So we're going to have custom steering. And we'll put a pipe. And we're going to put another bearing. I don't know if I should have used a block there. I probably should have used a pipe. I'm sure my wheel will turn fine. It might not, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm not the best at building cars in general. Lots went into the design. All the numbers on the number blocks are still eyeballed. Well, yeah, I'm gonna fix the textures for the number block eventually. It's just one of those things that's like not super important to do right now because they work. But that's not what I meant, Brent. Like, you know, I almost said I was not sure if Brent actually knew what I meant. But now I'm definitely sure that you didn't know what I meant. When I'm talking about design, I'm talking about like the concept of these parts. Because like, remember when you first came to me with the with these different functions, and well, you know, I don't want to give too much away about what happens behind the curtains, but you know what I'm talking about, Brent. There are some things that everyone plays their part. Okay, where's this engine controller? Because I actually want to put this down. Am I gonna need two? I think I'm gonna need two. Yes, I might even need three. Let's just use a normal engine for driving for now. And then later we'll make an example where we actually use a custom engine for the actual speed and power of the vehicle. Because like that'll be handy to know how to do. Alright, so this one, we don't actually have to set it to anything. This will just be controlling our suspensions. Okay. So for the suspensions, it has a default. Let's see. That is not the right color. Okay, white. White for speed, black for power, and any number for the length. Okay, and then we'll just use a bunch of switches. I'm not like this is not a ideal build. You'll probably when you guys have this, you'll probably use like memory panels or different ways of doing it. All right, so for the speed, we'll do I guess just 32. That seems more than fast enough. For the power, maybe we'll do the same. And for the length, let's do 2, I guess. Let's take this off the left and see what happens. Oh yeah, my steering bearings are not okay, this is not powerful enough, I think. We need a lot more power. A lot more power. A lot more power. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. When are the cannons coming out? The cannons still need a little bit more work. So like when the melons collide with something, I actually want like melon pieces to spawn. You know what? Let's just disconnect this for now. Oh, 10,000 is actually still like not quite enough. Okay, that's making more sense to me then. So let's go to the last number here. We'll turn this switch off. Okay, so this is actually more powerful. You know what? Maybe we can get away with 10,000. All right. This is the speed of our vehicle. We'll make it decently fast. And this is our... I'm going to make custom steering with this. So how do I want to do that? I want to connect this to all the steering bearings. So we're going to give this a custom angle of... we also need to give it a custom speed. Okay. No. No. We don't want that. We want, there we go. Multiplication block. Wait. And another one. Another one. There we go. So now we're going to take the output of the seat, W, or the AD of the seat, and we're going to multiply it by the number of the angle that we want to steer by. I am the master at explaining things. We're going to do 16 degrees. And we're going to have an optional switch of an additional 16. And we can control that from our seat. Okay. And this is, speed? Right, I need to set a custom speed because the default is 0. So let's just make that something fast. Am I on a lift? I'm not on a lift. Okay. So now if I flick on the second blue switch, it will add another 16 degrees to my steering, just like that. I need to flip the front. So you can toggle between tight steering and not tight steering. There we go. Ooh, that is super sharp. I think my suspension needs a little bit more power. Just a little bit. I might have put too much. Well, it's fine. It's kind of stiff for when it like as far as suspensions go, but it works. Oh no. Okay, so you see how my vehicle is like doing wheelies and popping too much? That's because of the power of the electric engine. So let's just switch this out. We could probably switch it for a gas engine. Oh, we're moving. But I want to replace it with a third smart engine. So now we're doing suspension, drive, and steering, all with programmable stuff. You know what I was also thinking? You could probably stick in like a sensor, like one of these bad boys, at the bottom of your car. And if your car is like too close to the ground, which means like these are compressed too far, then it will just like add additional power to these things, add additional stiffness. So like the more it compresses, the more stiff it will be. You are insane, Durf. You are doing stuff so often. Nope, not often enough. No, I want to be doing more videos, actually. I have to do more videos, actually, for my second channel where I actually explain properly how to use all these parts. You know, in like a well-formatted video where I actually try to edit. Alright, this is the drive engine, so we can use our seat directly up to this thing. We're gonna set a speed. A speed and a power. That's all we need. We're not gonna set a target angle because that's gonna turn this into a controller, and we don't want that. Okay. So for our speed, I think we need something decently fast. For our power, let's go with something a little bit weak. 8. Because the stronger it is, the more electric it will... That is not powerful enough, it seems. Unless they're not all going the right way. Did I do something wrong here? Durf, is this in the Patreon version of the mod? No, it's actually not. No one's getting early access to this because it was kind of a short notice thing. Durf, show the new thruster. The new thruster? You guys already have this, though. It's not new. It's just a new model. This one probably needs a new model, too. Heck, even this one probably needs a new model. But yeah, this is not a new thruster. It's just, Oh, I thought I put it the right way the first time. There we go, with the screen on top. Yeah, this thruster's not new. You just hook up and you can control it with WASD. You can see the thruster in the back tilting. Alright, so how much power do I need to give this thing? We'll try a dark red. I wonder why this is not working. It should be working. I don't think I'm missing anything. Would it be possible to mod a thruster that can ignite a bomb when it comes in contact with a flame? It would be possible, but it'd kind of be a pain in the butt to code for like all of the different thrusters. We are thinking about adding like a flamethrower, and that will probably make detonate. We also have a new bomb type. So like a flamethrower wouldn't even detonate dynamite. I'm pretty sure. Like like an open flame, it doesn't actually set off dynamite. You actually need like enough energy, which is really only capable by like a insanely powerful impact. You know, you couldn't even set off dynamite if you hit it with a hammer. So that's why they just use like an electric charge to introduce that level of energy. At least that's how C4 works. Hey, Moonbow! Oh, he's on his way out. Oh, okay. Yeah, lucky you, you got food. I was like stuffing my face just before the stream. I just ate some chips and dip. Alright, let's try, I guess. Oh, you know what? I didn't set... I didn't actually connect them. That's why it wasn't working. I'm an idiot. Okay. So we have our speed set. That's like at 256 or something. Our power is too low. Still too low. 64? Alright, so we're starting to get some more power in here. It's still pretty low. There we go. So we're getting into the territory of where it's like starting to behave like an electric, or sorry, like a gas engine. But if we go too high, you know what? This is actually too slow. Whoa! No! I have a bunch of switches on, so I don't want to actually put this on my lift because they're all going to turn off. Perfect. Alright, so I think our power is actually too high. It was just a speed that was too low. If you ever thought I was a professional builder, you thought wrong. Okay, there we go. So we're not flipping around anymore. But we should eventually pick up speed until we reach our final speed. Oh, my steering is still... There we go. We're going back to the not-so-tight steering. Durf, I think you're thinking of C4. Dynamite is made of nitroglycerin. Yeah, I was definitely thinking of C4. I don't know. What we made is effectively the same thing, though, in the game. You can't set off the dynamite with the hammer in Scrap Mechanic. Maybe we should rename it to C4. But it looks like dynamite, so I don't know if... I think we're just gonna roll with it. It doesn't matter too much. Durf customizable character mod. So character mods broke in 0.3, and we just haven't been getting back to that. It's usually just MJM and I that make some character mods. But yeah, we're a bit focused on the mod packs. Like, I haven't even had too much of a chance to update all the other mods that I make, like the night mod and stuff. Or the rain mod. Alright, so we're, like, really far out. Let's crank up the speed on this thing. Wait, that's a blue. Let's add a dark blue to it. Yeah, so you can see we slowly pick up speed. Our suspension's working pretty nice. It's still a little bit too stiff, if you ask me. Whoa! Alright, so let me show you how to build engine suspension. Really, I've only seen MJM and Sandwich Lizard build cars with engine suspensions. And I think that's just because not a lot of people know what they even are. So an engine suspension is where you set up a bearing like this. You know what, I'll just build that out of blocks. This is not gonna be... This is not an exact science that I'm doing right here. So some of these legs might not be the same length. And then you stick your steering like this. And then your wheels on the ends of that. Like so. So you could use a controller for this if your vehicle was heavy enough. We typically did have a part for this in the mod pack. We might end up removing it since it's sort of losing purpose, but it's this thing. So you would put your bearing on the side, then you stick this thing on. You'd attach your leg, so to speak, on the end here, and then you'd place like a couple of blocks here and here to like limit your range of motion. And this is actually just a gas engine, so you'd give it some power and it would lift your creation, but like not past this block that you'd set. But we're going to be doing that with a smart engine, where we just set a target angle here. Oh, I forgot to finish what I was doing. Alright, so to set a target angle, we already have, well, we're going to set a custom power as well. And we have to set a custom speed since there's no default. Okay. So our target angle, let's make it, 32 degrees? We only need one of these then. Our power, I've only been using one switch really for most of the stuff. Just a power of 2. Whoops, did I disconnect that? There we go. Our speed, let's put something decently fast, I guess. We want it to go to that angle at a decent speed. And our power, let's put, I don't know, some number that I'm not exactly sure of because I don't know how heavy this thing is. And take it off the lift. Right. Right, I think this is too heavy. You know what, just to make sure... Okay, so this is the wrong way. And that's the wrong way. There we go. So this is like a basic engine suspension. It just lifts your car with bearing power like this. Durf, I'm downloading rain and night mods. The rain mod doesn't work for 0.3. As far as I know, it doesn't work anyway. I haven't updated it since 0.2. The night mod should work for 0.3, although it probably needs a little bit more updating since 0.3.1 came out. Alright, so let's connect our power back, and let's set something a little bit, like, strong enough to hold it, but not strong enough to hold it for the bumps. Because, like, we want it to act like an actual suspension. Oh, okay, that might be a little bit too strong. I think this is the level that we want. So, like, if I just add a bunch of metal here... yeah, it'll start to sag down on this side. So if we hit, like, a bunch of bumps, it'll act like a suspension. And here we can set the angle, or it's here that we set the angle. Are we setting the angle? I don't know. Let's just use our regular steering. For this. Oh, this is cool. Okay. Alright. We're gonna use 2 sets of switches. So this way we can, there we go. Whoa, whoa. Adjust the height of our car. Although our steering's not gonna work if our car's too low. We'll just go with something a little bit in between. Like that. Of course, I need to flip these ones in the front. And I'm just gonna stick a gas engine. Why am I scrolling down? Gas engine's up here. Brain not working today. Durf, night mod works just fine in 0.3.1. Yeah, well, I mean, you might not notice like some of those finer details that I'm super picky about. So I'm still gonna have to check it eventually. Mainly I'm thinking that some of the particles stopped working. Because I did make changes to how the particles looked. Like when you drive, there's ground dust being kicked up. Or thrusters. Or when you shoot a spud gun, the spuds actually glow in the dark. Obviously in the daytime they don't glow in the dark. Okay, here we go. I think my suspension's a little bit weak. Could use a little bit more power, I think. But that's like the basics of an engine suspension. Oh man, this is floppy. Hey, Jacob Knowles, thank you for the $2 super chat. Okay, so power was black. And we're doubling the power. What? That was weird. I was automatically going in reverse for a bit. Oh, there we go. It's working pretty good now. Whoa, whoop. Oh, yes. Huh. Not sure what's going on here. Okay, we seem to be back now. It was the weirdest thing. It was actually my connection to the YouTube server. Nope, never mind. It's failing again. It's still not, like, the best. Right now, the moment that I'm saying this, I can see my connection quality is good, and all of a sudden it just dropped back to 0. So, I'm not sure what I can do to fix that. It's gonna be going if, you can try to change your resolution to like a little bit of a lower resolution. That's not really gonna help my connection to YouTube, but it'll help your connection to whatever stream is available. So if you're stuck in like a buffering loop, if you change a resolution, if you're stuck in a buffering loop, you're not gonna be able to hear me say this, but if you are stuck in a buffering loop, it'll refresh. It's like refreshing, so without actually having to refresh the page. Still have a little bit of a poor connection. Like, what is going on? Okay, I have a better connection now, but I think YouTube is, like, throttling my connection. Alright. Okay, it might be okay now. So there might be, like, an increased delay on the stream, just because YouTube now has to catch up. Like, all of the lost parts of the connection, YouTube is probably catching up to that right now. So you're gonna see everything that there was to see without missing a single second, but now there's just gonna be an increased delay because YouTube had to catch up. Anyway, so what I was doing was I was making my floppy car not as floppy, and then you guys missed like the derpiest fail ever. I said it was working, and then all of a sudden I flipped my car. Oh, I almost did it again. Durf, where do I find the night mod? Go to my second channel, link is in the description. Okay, so let's try to, I guess, rush through this just because I don't know if YouTube is gonna continue letting me stream. But I think, what else is there to actually try? Oh, you know what? Where's that car? Hold on, let's go back. We're gonna go find that other car that had the piston suspensions. Ah, did you see that sweet 180? Oh yeah, and then we're gonna try and program a sequence, like a controller. Whoa, 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 where are you going? Where are you going? Ah, dang it. You know what? I'm not gonna spend my time flipping that over. The car is right over there, I'll run to it. I think my delay is gone. Yeah, maybe if you refreshed, your delay might be gone. Alright, so what I wanted to do with this thing, I wanted to set, where's my, it is this one right here. Okay, so we're gonna set, instead of 2, let's set to 1. And we're gonna add another, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16? I mean, the pistons aren't gonna go more than 16, so... what is... And this, memory panel will have, like, infinite slots. Not, like, actually infinite, but it has, like, way more than you'll ever use. Just a super powerful controller here. Alright, there's one thing that I did, try bigger angles like 270. Whereas... Okay, this is the next, ID... slot that doesn't have a value. This one's 256. There you go. Oh, so one thing about this, this controller doesn't have a positive and negative direction. So when you're programming your sequence like this, if you're going from, say you're going from over here to over here, it's going to take this route. It's not going to take this route because this is the shorter distance to go to. So that's one thing that you have to keep in mind. There isn't a clockwise and counterclockwise with this smart controller. So if you want to make sure that it goes a certain way, you could just make it go faster in the direction that you want, and just do it in like you know, little steps like this, and it will guarantee that it goes in this way instead of the other way. Can you make a normal controller with just fast, slow, max min speeds? I don't think the controller takes these inputs. Yeah, no, the controller's not made for this. I suppose we could have made like a controller to take like number inputs, but this is a much more powerful thing than a controller is, even though they're like the same size. So like this, what I'm describing here would just be like the same thing done in code, which is kind of pointless to do. This part will like open up so much more for you. Hello, Toast Watermelon. Durf, can you make... Oh wait, I just read that. I mean a new part. We'll see. Probably not though. We'll see though. Alright, so I want to build one more thing. Pixel Destroyer! Thanks for wishing me a good day, because last night was terrible. With that storm, tornado and all. Alright, so there's one thing that I want to try, which will make this really interesting. I haven't actually tried it yet, so I'm not sure if it's gonna work. But oh boy, where is this piston? There it is. Boy, am I excited to try it. Okay, math block? Yes. Yeah. Let's actually use the tick button and this. Okay. So we stick a piston down. And a controller, engine controller, obviously. And we want to give it a speed, because it needs one. Some speed, I wasn't really counting. Alright, now we want to give it a ratio between... You know what? I'm just going to use numbers for this. Okay. And we're going to... whoops, we're not going that direction. We're going to divide white by black. Numerator, denominator. Okay. Now we're going to do... actually, let's do 1/4. No way. It does 1/4 of a block. Awesome. Oh, that is exactly what I was looking for. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. That means I can build something ridiculous. Let's not build it too ridiculous. Durf, what song is this? I hope it's not too late for the delay. Durf, make tank track mod, not just textured wheels like other people. Hey, MJM's tank wheels are pretty cool. Yeah, you can make staircases with this, but I'm gonna make something. You know what? You'll see what I'm gonna make. It's kind of silly. Not really that silly, actually. It's kind of nerdy. Okay. I don't even know if this is going to work the way that I want it to, but we'll see if it does. So I don't actually need... Well, you know what? It's fine. If anyone can guess what I'm going to build before I actually finish it, you get a cookie. Not an actual cookie that I can give to you. But you know what? It's... Never mind. Never mind. With the stream delay and everything, it's probably going to be too obvious by the time... Okay. Oh, you know what? Somebody actually... multiple people got it. I'm not sure which way is the faster way to go, forward or backward. I think backwards is the faster way to go. The thing is, they're going up by integers. If I could do like, if I could do this sine wave generator in like increments of 0.1, that'd probably make it look a lot smoother. And I'll probably eventually do that when I actually get around to playing with this maybe a little bit more. What's going on here? Oh, that's right. That's right, because they're all values between 0 and 1. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to do a couple of things. Which means I might not have enough room for this. So we're gonna do plus. Hold on. I don't need all these here. Okay, I'm an idiot like in 7 different ways. Okay, so we're gonna do all of our pluses right here. And we're gonna do our 1 right here. Wait a second. I don't want to add those together like that. I want to do like this. There we go. So all of these is gonna get it's gonna push it all to between a value of 0 and 2, and we can adjust this multiplier to you know, to change the amplitude of our wave generator. Oh yeah, so that is too much. Okay. Hey Durf, how about making a bagged milk block for Scrap Mechanic? You know, it's hilarious. And Scrubbish is acting weird about that. It's hilarious to see American reactions of bagged milk. Because that's a thing in Canada. We have our milk comes in bags. And then we put it in like a little sort of a pitcher. And we just cut off the corner of the bag. And then that's how we pour our milk. Like, it's not that weird because it saves a lot of money. Also, we like our milk. Okay, you know what? There must be a better way to set up this, I should have put the multiplying before. Or, you know what? Let's just use number blocks. We're just gonna do that. So I'll do increments of like 10. So the first one's 0, that's fine. I should be able to get most of them with just 2 switches, I think. This is not an ideal way of doing this, by the way. and this is this is a problem when I get trapped in logic. I just get lost, and then I end up doing all this wiring stuff, all for nothing usually. Because as you can see, what I originally set out to do isn't working as I planned. But this is good because I can adjust this any way that I want. Okay, so 1, 2, 4, 8. We'll just do it in increments of 16. Why not? Oh wait, that's not increments of 16, is it? It is. It is. I think it is. No, that is not. I I am too tired for this. Oh, yeah, you're right. You are right, Brent. Hook onto the previous so that it increments by 10 every time. I'm just not sure what you mean exactly. Oh, you mean the switch? Okay, no, never mind. I get it. 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 I just need one switch for each of them, and I'm gonna do increments of 16. Alright. That was a lot of counting in my head. Okay. Oh, the problem with this, though, is now I can't use counter blocks on them. Shoot. Oh, shoot. Okay. Shoot. You know what? I really badly want to do the counter block thing so that I could see the wave going. Why is this taking way more than I thought it would? It shouldn't take this much. But as before, I think it will be worth it to see the wave function moving along. And this is actually not that bad of a setup. I am just complaining a lot. Oops. Yes, this is the way that I want to set it up. So we're just going to be adding 1 degree to each of these increments. 40 times per second. Let's turn it on and watch the magic. Aw, yeah. Aw, yeah. Hell yeah. Why is the picture of the new engine so long? The engine's right here. It's not so long, it's actually 1x2. It's just a close-up. Cool. So you can make sort of like a graphing calculator on with pistons, I guess. Durf, can you put notifications for Twitch D&D sessions on YouTube? DJ Gamer, if you have Discord, I think that's the best way to be notified of when D&D happens. But it's not gonna be it's not gonna be today. Maybe next Saturday. I could do this with like 10 timers and 2 logic gates. That's not the point, Reggie Sharp. The point is, well, first of all, the point is that I'm terrible with logic. That's the first point. This could probably be simplified so much. But the main point is that with these parts, you can do so much with them. So, for example, if you wanted to take this sine wave, let's stop moving it for a second. If you wanted to take this sine wave and you wanted to stretch it or change its amplitude, for example, we can actually just do that right now. While it's moving, we can do that. Check this out, check this out. Bam! Now it's a short sine wave. And like, that's the point. You can't do that with controllers and logic gates. I mean, you could, but it would take a hell of a lot more than you know, this. Let's actually make it, there we go. Let's also add some more blocks to this. Oh, it's so cool to just look at it. Oh, that is cool. By the way, Durf, I just resubbed on Twitch. Thank you for the Twitch sub. Yeah, that's right. Today is sub games. But, so first I have to take care of this. I want to see if there's anything that What time is it? Oh my god, it's actually almost time for sub games. Shoot, I gave myself, like, no time. Well, I think it's only the description that I have to fix. The item description. And then, I don't think there was any other bugs or glitches that I found. Yeah, so I should be able to update the mod pack right after this stream, and then you guys can go ahead and play with this stuff. But then I'm gonna hop on over to Twitch and do Twitch sub games. What file do mods go into? Depends on what mod you're installing. Smart pistons? No, this is the smart controller. It's these things that are controlling... These are vanilla pistons, by the way. I could have used mod pistons for even more length. But I don't know what the point of that is. Just for a wave generator? So if we make this super steep, it'll actually push us off the thing and crush us. Whoop! And just spit us out. Alright, so what happens if I paint this brown? It'll go the other way. Very nice. Very nice. Durf, when will you update the Modpack beta? Well, as soon as we can, really. We're working on a lot of cool stuff for the Modpack beta, but like things like this keep popping up and we want to add them to the Modpack, so I think the Modpack takes priority. Hey, it's actually the song that I used for the Modpack update video playing right now. Weird. Durf, what are sub games? It's where I go onto Twitch and I do a live stream where my Twitch subscribers join me in some games. I think Scrub wants to play GTA with me, but knowing my Twitch subs, they probably want to play some Scrap Mechanic now that this update's going to be coming out. We'll see what they want to play. Durf, Brent Batch, have you guys made a ball joint before? I think Brent Batch has glitch welded some bearings together to make a sort of a ball joint type thing. MJM made like a special mod part. You can't actually build with it in game. Like it requires glitching to put it together. But once it's together, it is like a ball joint. I think it was MJM that made it anyway. Long story short, we don't have the capability to do that with mods. But a couple things that I do want to try is to see if we can do like an even width bearing, like a 2x2 bearing with scripted parts, and also a ball joint. But that's not available for mod makers yet. Durf, can I play Scrap Mechanic with you opening the game now? No, dude, it's too many people, so I just I keep it to Twitch sub games, Patreon supporters, other YouTubers. Really, it's not Durf, are the sub games streamed? Most of the time. Most of the time they're streamed. Let's do 3. I think 3 is ideal for this wave generator. But yeah, there are probably lots of ways that you guys can come up with using this thing. And I'm actually kind of excited to see how you guys are gonna... What are you gonna build with this? I want to see. I really want to see it. So I think I'm gonna end the stream here. And I'll see if I can go update this mod pack right now. I have a couple of messages that I need to catch up to. Maybe it's something that... I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what my messages say. How do I read my messages, Steam? Anyway. So yeah, that's where I'm going to leave this stream. Thank you guys for watching. And I'm going to go see if I can update this mod pack right now, so that you guys can play with it as soon as possible. And yeah, go ahead and upload all of your fantastical creations with this new smart engine controller, because I can't wait to see what you guys build with it. So yeah, do a lot of that uploading. I'll be watching to see what new creations are made with this. So I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, enough excitement. Bye, everyone. Have a good night for those who are going to bed. Bye.